to this rap shit. You hear the words coming from my lips, bastards. I never crack, I got that chapstick. I practice to that shit made perfect and served it to the people on a silver platter. Now where's the ladder? Cause either you gon' whine or you climb. I chose the ladder. Know you haters is pissed, hold your bladder though. Before you get tossed like a forward lateral. We never tattle, let God handle that. Or let the mob handle that. No soprano, half black, half white. I'm a piano, I'm an animal. My video on Discovery Channel. I'm a beast. When my shit hit the streets, these niggas cease to exist. Like a beach in a tsunami, you'll find me in the Ville, in the state of NC. Bitch, if I ain't back home, I'm up in NYC. About that money probably, like a fucking robbery, but I ain't jacking. I'm chasing dreams, sorta like jeans, boy, I ain't slacking. I'm chasing dreams, sorta like jeans, boy, I ain't slacking. Hey, take a hard look at my drive, nigga, no hacking on my shit. I'm straight smacking niggas, straight tagging niggas. Y'all freestyling, fuck y'all niggas, y'all be wildin', and I'm out.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to our Wednesday night edition of the Walking This Way's Impact Voice podcast. We're live streaming right now in the DFW, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas metropolitan area. If everybody wants to know what that means, I'm happy and I'm excited and I'm honored. It's a privilege to be with y'all one more time. Big shout out to Ashton Smith. I had her on the show earlier today at 11 a.m. Big shout out to her out of Fort Worth, Texas, and also I'm very excited to be here on our prime time as well at 7 p.m. hour, of course. I have Miss Sky here with me. She's a woman of all trades. She's have a very impressive resume. It's a lot to name, but I have her on the show tonight to give us a rundown on who she is, what she's about, what she's doing, and also if you're watching us, we're live streaming on Facebook, we're live streaming on LinkedIn, and we're live streaming on YouTube. So we are here. So, Miss Scott, welcome to Walking This Way's Impact Voice podcast. I hope you can hear me.
Coco.
Loud and clear. But she lied. Let's see.
Coco.
I hear you.
I can't hear anything.
I can hear you. I can see your mouth moving. You just log back out, log back in. Can you hear me? Just log back out, log back in. Hello?
I can't hear anything.
Hey, if y'all can hear me in the comment section, y'all tuning in, just let me know y'all can hear. Because I can hear, but you can't hear me. Just log back out, log back in. But while she's doing that, like I said, man, I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. Of course, this is another day. It's already August 21st, 2024. This year's flying by, passing by. Most importantly, we're here and we're here for a mission. We're here for an assignment. And most important thing, it's all about making a life for ourselves and making a life that we can live to the fullest. Of course, you know, we talk about it all the time. We're all about becoming better people, better individuals, and always about establishing our big life. So I want to give a big shout out to everyone who's tuning in. Big shout out to Miss Felicia Davis. Thank you for tuning in. Big shout out to Miss D in the comments. Big shout out to you. Thank you very much. Big shout out to my friend Maria in the comment section. Thank you very much as well. And like I said, man, we're about doing extraordinary things, having extraordinary things, extraordinary people. I'm very excited. But as of late, I'm very excited about what some things going on in my life. I'm very excited. Got my meal prep started. Yes, taking my health to a whole nother level. So I started my meal preps, getting them in the mail. Big shout out to Factor for my first set of meals I came in. Yeah, your boy doing a high protein foods, of course, getting the body right. As we get older, it's all about taking care of ourselves. It's all about make sure our body is functioning right. Make sure our mind is right. Because we all have an assignment, we all have a mission, we all have a goal. And like I was telling my sister the other day when I was talking to her on the phone, it's all about getting ahead and staying ahead. And that's what it's all about. And so I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited about a lot of good things. It's all about taking it to the next level. Thank you, Ms. D, in the comment section as well. I'm very excited. Like I said, it's an honor and a privilege. Invest in yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Invest in yourself. Nobody's not going to do it for you. You have to get up off your behind and do it. You can't be lazy. If you want to be successful, you can't be lazy. When you want to be successful, you're gonna have to make some changes. You're gonna have to make some sacrifices. That old saying is, sacrifice temporary success. Sacrifice temporary pleasures for long-term success. And that's what we want to do when we focus more on having a long-term success. And to my guests get on, I want to read something. And it's something I've been reading as late, The Laws of Attraction. Of course, it's a book that I got in my library, and I purchased the book a while back. And that's I'm not boring y'all with book time, but it says something to me, man, that really resonated with me. And it's the mindset. We know the Apostle Paul tells us, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by what are renewing of our mind, that we may know the good and self-perfect will of God. And when we think about the mindset, it's so powerful, ladies and gentlemen. The mindset is so powerful. And we hear people say they get excited about the new year. They get excited what's going on between. Oh man, big shout out to my boy Jay in the comments. He said, read, think, grow rich. He said, read, think, rich, grow rich, bro. Hey, I got the book in my library as well. Also, I love reading. Just information, just the great information that we get out of these books that we apply. It's great information. Like I said, we get great information from the Bible to any other helpful tools. It's up to us to apply these information, right? And apply these things with a cause. So that's what it's all about. So when I read it says, the mind needs to be trained to receive and act upon the suggestion of the will. I'm gonna say that again. The mind needs to be trained to receive and act upon the suggestion
I
of the
still
will.
cannot hear.
So the will, we have to train our minds. We have to train our mind. We have to train the way we think. We have to train the mind. And it's a process when we change the mind, which means we have to be empty, break everything down to be revealed back up again. Does that make sense? Does this to me tonight? So we have to train the mind. Just like when you go to the gym, you train your body, right? But you know you just can't go to the gym one time, right? You can't just lose weight one time, right? You have to keep lifting weights in order for you
Coco.
to develop the muscle that you need. So you have to do that. What we got to say? At least I need to be a guest. I'm on insurance and looking to add value to the community. Oh, hey, I'd love to get you on the show, Jay. That we can make that happen, my brother. What we got? Miss D said she can hear you, Shay. Can you hear me? Your mic, I think it's cut it
Y'all
off.
can hear me, but I can't hear anything.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. Yeah, we can hear you loud because everybody said they can hear me. Okay. Hey, just take your time. Like I said, we got a number of time and opportunity. That's all we got, but we still gonna make the best out of it. So just go ahead and take care of it on your end. Somebody Marie said turn, see what you say? Turn off headphones. We got make sincere consistency the key. Man, you make sincere consistency. I'm getting tongue tied. Consistency is the key. That's true. Let me see. What we got? Big shout out to Chris said, man, life kicking ass. The breakdown behavior. I can't wait to see the future behind it. Excuse the language. Nah, never excuse the language. You good. That's what we're here for. We're here to grow. We're here to evolve. And we're here to bring in life-changing information. That's why I was talking about tonight. It says the mind needs to be trained to receive and act upon the suggestion of the will. You can have a will, but you have to train your mind to function in that will. That makes sense what I'm saying tonight. We have to change the mind. We have to, you hear people say change the mind, but we have to train the mind. Just like if you are an athlete, you have to train. If you are a student, you have to study in school. We have to train, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a one-time thing that we just, okay, I got it, I'm put it down. No, you have to keep going, because if not, that carnality that we deal with, ladies and gentlemen, that carnality comes up of why me, poor me. That carnality comes up worrying about tomorrow. Oh, how I'm gonna pay this, how I'm gonna pay that. That carnality comes up when you're looking at that bank account and you see that negative in your bank account and you worrying about how I'm going to eat a meal. All these things start coming in at us, but it attacks the mind. See, the mind plays a tricks on us. You hear they say the mind playing tricks on you. The mind can play tricks on us if we're not careful. So that's why we have to train ourselves. It's more than just saying, I'm a train. But if you're not putting actions with it, you have to make it happen in order to see the results. Just like if you want to lose weight, you have to do the necessary things to lose weight. You have to train your mind to help you lose weight, right? Those you have to do. So in order for you to be successful and things of that nature, you have to train the mind. You have to get in tools, get principles to help you train the mind. Yeah, see, we're still trying to figure out technical difficulties on Shay's end. Let me see. Hold on. You have to unmute yourself. You got to unmute yourself because I can't do it. Unmute your mic. Your mic is muted. You got to unmute your mic.
If you're talking,
there you go. Hold up. Hold on. I'm playing with the mic. Hold up. Unmute it one more time. Unmute your mic. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, your mic is muted. Hello?
hey.
There you go. What? Let me see. All right, your mic is muted. Hold on. Hey, we're gonna take. Let me see. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with us. Hold on, man. So if y'all in the comment section, make sure y'all can hear me loud and clear. If you're in the comment section, let me know if you hear me loud and clear. Let me see. Your mic, unmute your mic. Your mic is muted. All right, thank you, Crystal. Thank you very much for hearing me. All right, thank you, Crystal. Thank you. That's all I want to make sure y'all can hear me loud and clear in the comment sections. Your mic is muted. All right, while we deal with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll be right back after this commercial break.
It's your favorite housewife, Lisa Barlow. Know what I'm thankful for? Vivint. I couldn't host the holidays without it. The doorbell camera protects what matters most. And that's one ring I'll never stop talking about. I love the thermostat for keeping it so warm and cozy. Plus, I can adjust it from anywhere.
Hey Lisa, can you stop changing the thermostat to 80 degrees?
The smoke and CO detector is such a sleigh in the kitchen. This looks yummy. Now, how do I turn off this timer? The Indoor Camera Pro always captures my best performances. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but these skies are so delightful. And the app is everything. Literally, I can control all of this right from my phone. I'll be right there. You've got a lot on your plate this season. Vivint's got the rest. Did you get it? Okay.
Sorry, one more take.
We gripping it with two hands. Back, touchdown. You know you gotta do that. Bag, ooh yeah, she love it when I do that. Pull her hair with rumble from the back, grip her with two hands. Spinning for a 2 beats. Well, I meant to say too bad. But I already knew that.
Like a Corleone, bringing that pressure to all of the opposites. Kill you see it, a block miss. On the block with a Glock hanging out the bitty. That affection, I swear I'm gon' make them feel it. Out the top of the drop when I let up a tip. Wanna live like this shit, be a part of the beat. Wanna come like this shit, better change your attention. In that order, I'm a chief that I mentioned. On in your 40 and see how you get. Beat up off disrespect to them. Wisdom gon' come when you see what is written. Under the sand, gotta see what been hidden. Ain't got no money, but flooded a pit. Come in the stripper, can't live in a prison. Ain't cut like this, it ain't even be. Damn.
Spinning for a 2-piece. Well, I meant to say 2 bands. I just bought a 2-piece. I'm cooking it in 2 pans. We gripping it with 2 hands. Back touchdown, and you know you running through that. Bad, ooh yeah, she love it when I.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what's up, everybody? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Now we cooking with some gas. So welcome to the Walking This Way.
Sorry.
No, first of all, Shay, don't apologize. Things happen, but the most important thing is all about the show must still go on, and we still got to get a message out here. That's what the purpose of doing Walking This Way, Impact What's podcast is about. It's all about having extraordinary people as yourself to bring health information, life-changing information, and that's what we want to do. It don't matter how you get out, but long as we getting the great information out. So I thank you for taking time to productive schedule to come on the show. Before we have to get everything done, we're just talking about training the mind, and we know we have to train our mind on a consistent basis in order to do the will. You know, you can have the will, but if you don't change the mind, it's in vain. But enough about that. You are the guest tonight, so go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience on the Walking This Way.
I'm gonna have to
Impact
go
back podcast. So go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience.
Hello, everyone. My name is TaShea Scott, or you can call me Shea. I am the owner of She Love Lashes, in which I am an esthetician. I also own a beauty school, which is our Beauty Academy, and the founder of a soon-to-be nonprofit, Sis You Are the Gift, which is primarily for mommypreneur accountability coaching, and we also hold a conference yearly as well. So I'm a mommypreneur, 2 babies. I love business. I love growing. I love success. Most importantly, faith is the biggest thing. That's why I was so honored to be a part of your show, Walking His Ways. And my sister also was on here before. So it's super awesome to be able to finally grace your presence. So thank you so much again for having me.
Hey, I appreciate you too for taking time out of your productive schedule to be on here tonight. And like I said, this is our Wednesday night show, of course. We is all about bringing great information, dialogue. I believe when you're doing shows, you're doing talk shows, podcasts, whichever, we want to make sure we bring in positive content. We'll make sure we bring in a positive message that people can go back and listen to. That's something that can resonate in their spirit. Because we all, like I say this all the time, we was not created to be a waste. If you are a Bible scholar or Bible thumper, you will look what the word of God says about us. You're the apple of his eye. We're fearfully and wonderfully made. You're more than a conqueror. You're the head and not the tail. He tells us to be strong only and be courageous. These are things he bestowed upon us. But society, the ways of this world have corrupted it. It has put all this polluted, toxic, in our minds and our spirits. So now we have to be resonated. We have to transform the mind. We have to change the way we think. That's what we was talking about earlier. Was talking about training the mind. So we have to be retaught all over again. Because when Nicodemus asked Christ a question, he said, "We must be born again." Nicodemus thinking how a man will enter into the womb for talking about a natural point, but Christ was talking about from a spiritual standpoint. Yeah, we were born in the physical, but now we're gonna be born in the spiritual, which means the spirit man on the inside. Yeah, we got a soul, but the spirit has to come alive now. And that's what he was talking about. That's why we have to be born again. So when you were born again, we are restarting out over again. We were starting out over again from what a spiritual standpoint, not a physical standpoint. We had to get into a spiritual, not the flesh, But the spiritual standpoint, because remember the Apostle Paul says no good thing comes out of the flesh. So let's get out of the flesh and get more into the spirit. That's why he tells us to walk in the spirit, so you won't feel the desires of the flesh. So we are in that born again path again, where we are being renewed, right? We are new creatures. Old things pass away, but old things come new. But that's enough about that. I just want to share that.
That's part of the transitional process when you're dealing with things and you're elevating.
Right. And
Just the, but that's one thing. We're always changing. I heard someone once say that if you consistently change, then how can you be okay with life? But you have to change something. We're not always going to get it right the first time. And whatever we do this time, it may not work for the next season. And so that's a transitional thing to always be able to continue to do that. And it's not always easy, but that is the foundation of everything that I do, especially being a mommypreneur, meaning I am a mother first. I own a business. Life still happens. Even just now, I could have really gave up and just been like, you can catch me another time on this podcast.
Right.
But I have gotten into the mindset and the perspective that when things hit so hard and things start to happen, things start to shut down, it is something good that the devil is trying to tarnish. And you have to just continue to fight through those things and get through it. Because like you said, perspective is everything. The way that you perceive it, the way that you intake it is going to really be the dynamic of how that relationship flows, that conversation, the business, whether you get the contract or not. Just that small nugget though, seriously. And it's really good that you're talking about perspective, because that's one thing that I hold on to really hard. You have to be able to change your mindset,
You got to. And then I say it's like we being born all over again. We were starting all over again. We're learning new traits. We're learning new ideas. We're learning a new way of doing things. We so in the world now, everything is quote unquote, they say toxic. But it's getting past that toxicity and get into the space of victory, get into that space of winning, get into that space of succeeding, get into that space of conquering, and get into overcome all things. And now that you mentioned that you're a mother and you have prepared your children for life, because even the scripture tells a good man leave the hands for his children, and that's the road that we have to get down on now, and passing like great information to your children that they can grow, be successful, and they can pass that on now to they children as well. So it's all about being on that right path. Damn what society say, damn what people say on social media. It's all about creating your life, creating your path. Don't worry about what statistics say, what society say. It's all about what you say. It's all about how you perceive things. And that's what we hear on the show. It's all about becoming free thinkers now and stop allowing people, places, things we're going to say to teach us how that we're supposed to think when we think things differently. If you look at Christ, the way he said, Jesus said, his kingdom is not of this world. And that's how we look at it. The scripture tells us we in the world, but we're not of the world. We're different. We blend. We used to be in the world, but we are not a part of the world. We are the light now. So we're on a different path now. So when people say that don't work, that's not real, that's your life. But it's not your life.
And you haven't went through this experience yet. And that's true. And knowing like what your purpose, what your position is, what your success looks like, that is going to be the thing that will help dictate and kind of tarnish the toxicity of things and also the worldly things. We get emotional about stuff, but we praying and asking God for something. Lord, just take it away. And he takes it away. It wasn't what I wanted. But why you do that? I was talking about this. He took away what you asked. It says be intentional in your prayer. It says to you ask, ask not, you have not. If you ask him and it's within your purpose, he's going to give it to you. You just have to be ready for whatever he brings to you.
Right.
And, being able to, it takes a lot of faith, a lot of strength, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
prayers to surpass it. But the outcome, the maturity within it, being able to actually see yourself in that moment and know, like, you know what, 2 years ago I would have, but in this season I'm not doing it. So a lot of
Right.
times I tell people, even now, and I'm okay with it, I tell people, they be like, well, so and so, I'll be like, well, it just depends on what season they met me in.
Mm-hmm. That's
I'm
true.
not going to go back about certain things that I've already healed and moved from, or I've grown from. It doesn't mean
Right.
that you're not acknowledging it. It doesn't mean that you are trying to, give that white lie and say, I've never been that person. You are acknowledging that season, but you don't have to sit in that season.
Right.
You don't have to sit in that space.
That's
Um,
true. That's
and
true.
that's one
And
thing.
go ahead. You finish.
I was just gonna say, and that's a big thing that I know helped me with being able to mature out,
Mm-hmm.
grow up spiritually, and be able to focus on what my desired purpose was, like what God destined for me. Um, and even when people ask, I always tell them, like you just said, mindset, perspective. That is a major thing.
That's
Major.
it. It is. I'm looking at something now, and I got this highlighted in my book that I'm reading. It says your will does not need training, but your
Mm,
mind does. I'll say that again. Your will does not need training, but your mind does. Listen to that, gentlemen. We on this show tonight. We are with the will, but the will is already in place. But you have to train the mind in order to see the will.
that's
You have to
right.
train the mind in order to do the will. Because if your mindset is not focused on the wheel just gonna be the wheel. It's not gonna go nowhere. You're not making things happen. But we have to train the mind. Because what I was talking about earlier, we know things come up when we was taught that everything's on the outside, and if everything's not on the outside, everything's on the inside. We just been focused on taste, smell, see, hear, and we was trained on those physical senses, but we're not
Mm-hmm.
trained on on how to utilize on us on the inside. Just like people get moved about their bank account because they so focused out here. People get moved about things that's going on out here, and that's what we all did. I'm saying we all been there before, right?
That's
But
right.
we have to get past the five senses of the physical and get with the spirit. That what vision come in from. Like when you started your business, you've seen it already before it manifests itself physically. You
I
didn't
did.
worry, and that's what vision comes from. Without a vision, for the people pay, you have to have a vision, but in order for you to see the fruition of like the will of like your will, you had to train the mind in order to do the will.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Write the vision, make it plain.
Right. And whoso read it, think about it. And whoso read it, run with it. It's like you writing a plan out and you present this plan to some investors. They read it, they understand it, they gonna run with it. It didn't say you run with it, they gonna run with it.
Yeah. You
All
just
you
gotta
gotta do is go ahead.
you just gotta start it. You gotta write it.
Yeah,
You gotta write the plan. You have to be able to understand what it is that you want to do. What
yeah,
your what your goal and your vision is. And even though it's yours, there are always going to be people that he's going to bring to
right.
help you along the way
That's it.
that will become a part of that vision.
That's it. And there's that. Like I said, you have a very impressive resume and you do a
Thank
lot
you.
of great things. How do you balance all that out from doing the things that you're doing?
So my balancing comes from better structure. So time management. I have not always been the best person with that. I'm like 70% there. But time management, I learned how to really utilize my time in downtime more so. And it wasn't purposely done. It was just something I used to work from home before I started my business. And this was back in 2017, before a lot of
Okay.
people were working from home. And at the time, my oldest son, he was 3 years old.
Okay.
So if I'm working on Saturdays, he don't go to school. I need you to let him. Mommy is almost done. But I learned to get up, have his breakfast ready, or whatever it was I needed to take out. And just throughout the midst of my day, I would just do small stuff, just small things. And it started to just trickle over. Um, for me to be able to again just learn how to do the balance. I do color coding.
Okay.
I'm green, you purple, red. We can't collide on this schedule because if it's something right there blocked together, I know something is off. And so
Okay.
my biggest thing for me to stay balanced is scheduling. Close the door. Is scheduling, keeping it in perspective. I've learned to say no. If I can't, I can't. if it
Makes
puts
sense.
me if it puts me in a position to where I feel confused, uncertain, or I feel pressured, I'm learning to not do it. Now I am 90% there. Because typically when you do things that are rushed, right, that are
Right.
pushed, it's typically not going to work out the way that you want it to work. And you go do it and it messes up anyways, and then you sitting there upset because you shouldn't have. And so I've just learned to not do,
Mhm.
and it allows things to flow so much better because my time is important being a parent. I want to be the one that's at the field trips that call when the teacher call. I want to be around the corner. I don't want to
Mhm.
miss much of anything. Um, and so that really just made me have to get into the space of learning the balance.
Right.
Cause like I said, I
And
ain't have it at first.
and it takes time to get there. It's all about having a system. I came across a post on Facebook and they were talking about the system. They were saying how we be working so hard and doing these things, but we don't have a system in place. If you are an athlete or you're in sports, the team always had a proven system. Any organization have a winning system. We should have a winning system for our own personal lives as well. We talk about there without a vision of people player. We gotta have a vision. What's the mission statement? What's the goal is? We don't know think about that thing when it comes to our own personal lives. Having a mission statement,
Mhm.
having these things in place where we know where we're going, where we're heading. And I tell anybody when it comes to this, even being with the right person, being married to the right person helps you measure with your success as well. We can't forget
Being
about that
connected
because
to
at
the
the
right people.
right is that because at the end of the day, you have to look at everything as a business, and I look at everything as a business, and we want to make sure we keep everything afloat. I say this all the time too, and I learned this. It's all about building your kingdom, building your empire. You know what I'm saying? Creating, you building your own dynasty, building your own franchise. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's all about winning
Yeah.
championships in life, and that's the mindset we have to have. Like I said, damn what the world say, damn what society say. We write our own book. If not, somebody else gonna write our
Right.
story for us. So what you say about that? Since you are a storyteller, you write your own story. What do you say about that?
Mhm.
Writing your own story, putting your own blueprint together.
Listen, you better put it together because you don't want nobody else to do it. Our parents did it for us for so long. And so writing it with God as my author, it helps so much better because you're able to actually enjoy whatever the small wins are, the small nuggets are, the small things that you do. And when you create that and you're actually walking it, writing it, and
hmm
observing as well, because when you write a book, you write it, but you got to go back and read it. You can't just
hmm
write and just be like, oh, I just wrote this book. Here y'all go. No, you have to change some things. You have to shift some things. You got to erase some and put some back. And so that's honestly been what I have been doing all year, having to change the trajectory because what I saw and what I thought was not what he had for me. And so it feels great to be able to be in the confident space to where you know that you're not going to make those impulsive decisions, and you can really be able to settle in on where it is that you're wanting to grow to,
Mm-hmm.
because you're not going to grow trying to write it from somebody else's. You know,
Right.
I can't grow flowers in my pot and then go across the street and get my neighbors and try to, it's not going to be the same. The soil is different. The
That's
soil
it.
is different. And so I have grown to understand that, but that took being able to um, be more confident
Right.
in yourself, and also just being able to increase in the direction that you're wanting to grow into,
Right.
and taking a step back, take a step back to study. I had to be like, Lord, I need to be a studier again. I want to be the student. I don't want to be at the top. I want to be the student. I want to learn. I want to be able to mentally get into that spectrum, because
Mm-hmm.
as mommypreneurs, women, men, whoever it is, when you're running a business, we get off of that. We don't get to take time and see where we currently are, because we're so busy trying to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be able to take a second to stop, read it over, and make sure that what you write makes sense.
Right.
And you got to be open to the criticism of the story.
Right. And it's all about growth, right? It's all about evolving, accountability, inspire and motivate each other. But most important,
Mhm.
inspire yourself, hold yourself accountable, and all the other great stuff. And like you said, taking a step back to go over it again, take a step back to get a reminder, okay, why I'm doing this for, where I'm at, where I'm headed, where I'm going. Make some adjustments, just like game room. Um, Team, they have film room. They always go back and study
Right.
film. They go back and study what they did right. They go back what they did wrong, and they go and
Mhm.
correct it in practice. And that's what we have to do in our own life. Have develop our own mental film room, and say,
That's
okay, I
right.
could have said this better. Or I could have did that better. I could have done that better. So it's always good to go back over the day and say, no, okay, when we go back in it tomorrow, okay, I'm not gonna say this. I'm gonna move this out, push this in. It's a work in the making. It's always a work in the making,
Yeah.
but we learn as we go and enjoy the process. Have fun. Life is supposed to be fun. Christ said he came that we might have life and have more abundance. I was sharing it with somebody today. I would not be with anybody who brings me down. I don't care who they are. I don't want to be with nobody who's gonna bring me down. I don't want to be with nobody who's problematic, dramatic,
Yeah.
no ambitions, no goals, no give and go about themselves. Come
That's
on,
right.
when you value your life, ladies and gentlemen, let's be real. When you value your life, you don't settle with the foolishness no more. We did that back in
Mm-mm.
our days when we didn't know no better. So when we start knowing what they say, when you know better, you do
You
better.
do
You walk around with a smile on your face. You walk around with your head up high, no matter what is going on around you. You know that when you walk out that door in the morning, you walk out that door at night, the sun shining on you, the stars shining on you, the birds are singing, greatness. And then you gotta say, I am great. Look yourself in the mirror. I am wise. I am successful.
better.
I am unique. And now that you make an impact where you go, right? So when you step off into the room, you step off to matter of fact, and you walk in the room, ladies and gentlemen, walk in like you own the room. Walk with your head up high. Make sure you're loud so you can talk. Don't look down, but make sure you get your head up when you're talking to people.
Yeah. you
Come,
know, Everybody don't have this. No, it just depends. You should do it at all times. And it's funny because I teach my children that. I wasn't fully taught that. And so that's something that it really depends on the mood I'm in. Sometimes I will walk in a room and you will not even know I'm there. and I am working on it, but it doesn't have it's not fully a confidence thing. But I was going to interject and say, for the people who feel like I'm just not there yet, make yourself be there. You know, they say
Mm-hmm.
that you have to prepare for where you're trying to go.
Right.
So in preparation, if you want to be the one that releases more of your communicative skills or use your throat chakra, then you have to start utilizing it. I don't care if you walk in a grocery store, you walking in, hey, how y'all doing today? And just let it flow, because somebody needs that. You know, your light, your light is what's going to shine through. And if you don't give that off, especially if you're in a business, then how can someone be able to know what you have to offer, what you
Right.
have to do?
Right. Because at the end of the day, they have to see people test us along this journey to see how serious that we are.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything starts with self first. So it's all about seeing almost see how serious that you are. It's like, for example, a big shout out to Miss Raven to come and say good evening. It's like if you want to be great. Big shout out to Miss D from 3-in-1 Trinity Service. Say great show.
Yes.
Thank you as well for tuning in. Also, big shout out to Chris earlier and everybody else that's tuning in. It's like if you want to be great. I heard this analogy too, and I heard this on the show. The guy wanted to train. He wanted to train the guy with this coach. This is the same coach who trained Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and all them. They physical, they personal trainer. So the guy was like, okay, I want to do anything. So he told him, okay, well, meet me at the gym at 3. So the guy showed up. You know what time he showed up? 3 p.m.
He wasn't ready.
Yeah, because he said he was willing to do anything. I didn't say PM. I didn't say AM. I said meet me here at 3. So his mindset was assuming, okay, he's talking about 3 p.m. Nah, he was saying he's at 3 a.m. If you wanted to be the best, if you want to perfect your skill and your craft, what you gonna have to do? You're gonna have to get
Yep.
up before sun. You have to get up for everybody else if you serious about making it take you to the next level. And that's where we're in a time now where individuals, I don't say people, individuals, they want success, but they want to be comfortable at the same time. What you say about that?
Well, I know they say a man that don't work don't eat,
Right.
right? Faith without works is dead.
Right.
So you cannot not do nothing. The lazy spirit has to be prayed off for real, but you have to you got to get into a space where you do different. The
Yeah.
Michael, because I love basketball, the Michael Jordan mentality. You know, he
That's
didn't
it.
have it, but he was out there working out when other people would sleep. Right, when his
Right.
friends were probably playing the game or whatever it was, he was on the court. um Kobe, same thing.
Yeah, momentarily.
Yes, it's just about releasing and taking away the things that are distractive,
Mm-hmm.
allow you to be more productive.
That's it.
Social media is a big thing, especially these days. I take a break. I don't care. I don't need to be on there to post for business. And to be honest, when I honestly take a break from social media, I see an increase like crazy when it comes to any business that I have. It could be a connection. It's not always financial.
Right.
And that's another thing people have to kind of steer from. It's not always financial increase. It's just that I see something different. And for me, it's like God is like, girl, I got you. Just continue doing what you're doing. And as long as you're doing what you're doing, I got you on the backside.
Right.
Because some people not paying you no attention, no ways.
No, they're
They just
not.
business.
Yeah, they're
So
not.
so just work your business for them to start gravitating to you. I made a post the other day because I had a mentee. We were talking, and it just hit me, and it was like, why are you trying to impress the crowd when your kids should be your fans? Your kids should be your crowd. So if you're doing what you're supposed to do in the sight of what they need to see, and you are making sure that you're taking care of everything, we fall short, we slip. But if you do that, the people that you're trying to impress, they're gonna come. And if they don't
Right.
come, they're not for you. But you know, we too busy trying to build relationships. We too busy trying to impress the masses, show that we're so in tune with the social way of living. And 92% of those people do not care, but 100% of the eyes that are looking at you that you created, they're watching. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and is if they watch and you generate that for them, other people are going to start to show. Because sometimes I sit back and I honestly still get the feeling, and I ask people and they be like, yes, because you just inspire me. And I be like, who, me? You know?
Right.
But I had to take a moment and realize that where I am and the things that I have endured, a lot of people, persons, whether it's a woman or a man, that everybody doesn't have that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody doesn't have that tenacity, that strength. So when I say all small wins, and I'm talking to somebody, when I say all small wins, just because you may not be in the era or the position that you want to be in, you haven't quit. You haven't given up. You know, you didn't send your kids to your parents. You didn't give them up for adoption. You didn't quit the business. You just kind of took a break from it for a second, and that's perfectly fine. But you have to get to where you understand that as long as I'm steady being consistent, I'm pouring into it, I'm putting these seeds out there, it's going to eventually grow. Every season has a moment.
Right.
Every season doesn't have a harvest. It is not, you are not going to have a beautiful garden in the winter. Not in Texas. I mean, you might somewhere else, but not here. And you know, you have to get to where you
Now,
are.
there you go.
Uh-oh.
No, you good. You're
You know,
good. But
people just have to get to that space where it's like, I'm doing this, like I'm really doing this, you know.
yeah, and it's the willpower, the mindset, and knowing, and like the Bible says, be instant in season and out of season. I heard years ago this Pastor Jamal Bryant, when he was in Baltimore, and this was Ray Lewis was still playing for the Baltimore Ravens, and this football season is over with. So he went to the gym. Ray Lewis was inside the gym, and he told Ray Lewis, he said, "Why are you working out? The season over with." Ray Lewis told him the Bible said, "Be instant in season and out of season."
Oh, I like that.
So,
Yeah.
so just because the season is over with for football, the season in my life is not over with. Just because they stop playing, just because they stop doing this, don't mean I stop. Many are called, few are chosen. Because right now, like I said, when you lay the legwork, lay the groundwork, when nobody is around but you, blood, sweat, and
Nobody.
tears. You know
Nobody.
what I'm saying? It's
Right.
go in season and out of season. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
Why they want to go club and hang out, you're investing in your business.
Mm-hmm.
While they're planning for the weekend, you're working your business.
That's right.
But then it's gonna pay. But then what it does, it pays off at the end.
That's right. At the
Cause
end.
at the end, they're gonna say, you know what? I see what you were doing. I seen it came and paid. Just like when Noah built the ark, they laughed at Noah. Oh, it had been rain, but Noah what built that ark. God told him to do it. He kept building. He could have easily got distracted by the outside people. Oh, it didn't rain. It didn't rain. You see many years and all this, but he kept building. So when people are laughing at you, ladies and gentlemen, keep building. When they
Keep
walk out on
building.
you, keep building. When they
When
don't
they
believe
don't
in
support,
you, keep building.
right?
When they don't respond, keep building. Because
That's
at
right.
the end, when they say build it in and they will come, they gonna see it. But don't come along with me when you say, well, I was believing you. No, you didn't. You doubted me. You laughed at me. You know what I'm saying? You talk behind my back. But now you see things come to fruition, then you say, oh, you know what? She was on point. She knew exactly what she was doing. Oh, he knew exactly what he was doing. They thought she was crazy and delusional and stuff like that, but that whole time they knew exactly what they was doing.
Exactly. And even if you didn't know, God knew. because you was following the path that was designed for you. And a
Right.
lot of times we do stuff and we don't know why we do it.
But you do it. And I say this all the time. People say, man, how do you sleep? You don't sleep. You gotta be a freak of nature. When I say be a freak of nature, you grind. You're not like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Many a call, fewer shows. You've been set aside for a greater good, for a greater purpose. You know what I'm saying? So you're not like the world. We don't think like humans. You know, humans are weird. I love saying that. We're not human beings. We're extraordinary human. We're extraordinary individuals. I want to say that. But I just love the camaraderie. I love the vibe. I love the energy. I love seeing people doing great things. I love seeing people doing
Yes.
positive things, uplifting things. You know what? It's all about living. I don't care what nobody say. It's all about living, having a good time, enjoying yourself. You know what I'm saying? Live your life, playing your life, live like rock star, live like kings and queens, live like royalty, how we supposed to be. How we supposed to be. We will be, but also we growing. So I love it. So what you want to say about that? Living like royalty.
Live it. Do it. You gotta be in the position that God gave you. I can't stress that
You
enough.
damn right.
And I say it because now I am a little ratchet. I have my fun. And I'm
Yeah, have your
saying that
fun.
because it be people that's like, oh my gosh, you always in front of you. But it is what it is for me. This may not be this is for me. And this is what I know has helped me through my life because when I started my business, I literally had 2 pennies with 2 babies and no extra help. But I could have let that be the thing, and I didn't. And I really take pride in telling people like when I started I've been a business owner for 9 years.
Congratulations. Okay.
Thanks.
Longevity.
I took my kids through private school,
Okay.
daycare. I've never been on housing. I grew up in it. I don't knock anybody that has to, but for me, that was a personal successor for me. You know what I mean? The
Right.
color of my skin, being a single young Black woman, no extra help, no. And
Right.
so that's one thing that I hold hard on, and I tell women and young girls because it is possible. We don't have to recreate the cycle, even though it's already been created.
Right.
We can derive from what our foundation and build better on it. And it's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with saying this is where I came from, but I choose different.
Right.
Nothing.
That's true.
And we have to know that what he has for us is better than what we want for ourselves.
Right. That's it. You know what I'm saying? We know he said, I know the thoughts I think towards you. And that's what it's all about. Knowing the thoughts he thinks towards they're good and not evil to bring to our expected end. I thank God for everything I do. I really do. Thank God for everything. Thank him for his mercy and grace. We thank him for his patience. And we thank him for his mercy. And thank him for his grace. But most importantly, we just thank him for living. Remember how we used to say back in the day, I'm looking forward to the future. But how are we going to look forward to the future if we're not changing our present? So we're just going to repeat the same thing in the future if we're not changing our present circumstances right now. Because the future's going to take care of itself. But we just say that I'm looking forward to the future. Yeah, but we're just going to repeat the same thing what we're doing now in the future. Now we have to correct the present while our future's going to take care of. The future's going to be taken care of. But in order for us to have a better future and a brighter future, what we going to have to do? We have to change our present right now. We have to change direction, shift the guards, call some audibles, you know what I'm saying? But we have to change it in order to see brighter days and better days. And that's what it's all about. And I'm glad you brought that up. We learn from things, but it does not determine who you are. It don't dictate your life. It don't dictate your future. It don't dictate your purpose or your plan, but you move forward and you learn from it. Like you said, yeah, it just happened, but I'm going to turn it into a positive that makes sense. Yeah, I may have lemon.
Yeah.
You gave me lemon. You gave me lemon, but I'm going to turn it to lemonade.
Find that positive thing out of that negative experience. That's my thing. What happened? A lot of we be God, why? Now I just be like, okay, God, what you want me to do? Because what am I supposed to learn from this? What am I getting from this? I know something is coming. I don't want to be stressed no more. So it's easy to be like, oh my God, this is crazy.
That's
But
it.
the perspective, right? Changing the thought process, finding the
Hmm.
positive out of the negative of what we feel, because he allows things to happen to us.
Hmm.
You remember the prayer you prayed, Lord, give me more strength, give me more, let me have more patience. And then boom, he brought that car in front of you. You sitting up there cussing in the car, having road rage. Well, you asked him for patience. You didn't ask him how to give it to you. You just asked for it. And
Right.
just ask for it. And so that small thing, that mindset is big. It's big. And even how you talked about saying, I just can't wait for the future. We don't know what the future holds. The future can be tomorrow. It can be 10
Hmm.
years from now. It can be 2 months from now.
Right.
And only God knows. So if he's giving that thing to you in your spirit and he already know the path, you just gonna detour it because it don't work for you right now.
Right.
I
But we
mean, I'm gonna
know.
let him go tomorrow, Lord, but today we gonna try to make it work.
But we gonna make the but we're gonna make the best out of it, regardless. We're gonna still make the best out of it, no matter what we're gonna do. We're gonna make the best out of it. And I know, like I said, you're doing a lot of great things, of course. And I
Thank
know we
you.
press for time and stuff. 'Cause I know you're a very productive woman. I don't say busy, but productive woman, of course.
Thanks. Don't
And
start
all the
using
good
it.
stuff. Yeah. So how can we support what you're doing? Pull your social media. How can people start following you, or reaching out to you, and all the other great stuff?
They can follow me on Facebook as Shea Scott. It's SheaScott. They also can follow my business, I Beauty Academy. I do own a beauty school where we offer TDLR regulated programs. And that is I Beauty Academy, just like iPhone. It's on Facebook as well as TikTok and what else? Instagram. Um, Also, if anyone wants to get in contact with me in regards to the Sis You Are the Gift, Sis You Are the Gift is one of my newest babies, but I've been doing this for a while. As I said, it's my mommypreneur accountability coaching where I work with my mentees that I coach on life and business balance. So it's funny you
Okay.
asked about balance because that's what I do to especially increase where you are. And so again, they can contact me on Shea Scott for that. We'll be having a conference for Sis You Are the Gift December 2024. I am super excited. It will be in the Dallas area. The date and all that stuff is to be determined. But I mean location, not the date. The date is locked in for December 15th. And so those are my main platforms where they can find me.
Hey, awesome. Hey, awesome stuff. And like I say, well, keep it the great ride. Thank you for taking time here to schedule to be on me the show tonight. Like I said, I know we're pressed for time. I know we're about to get wrap everything up. Today, do you have any words of advice, any signs of wisdom you want to leave here with the audience tonight?
Um, I just want to say, I want to just say to be confident in what you do, walk in your own success, allow God to guide the light that you want, that you have already, and don't be afraid. This is a season of harvesting. This is a season of transition. This is a season of growth and being able to reap the things you used to cry about. So when somebody walks up to you and bring you a flower and tell you this is for you, or they come to you and bring you lunch and say this is yours, don't take it. Don't not take it. Accept it. Be acceptive. Be receptive of what you are, of your flowers, because that's really what it is. And I just had somebody tell me that last week. So be receptive of those flowers, all small things. If you are, if you wake up tomorrow morning and you cook breakfast for your baby and you ain't never cooked breakfast, that is a win. you know. And
Right.
so be thankful in those things. Take away any distractions. release those distractions, let go of those things, those persons, and just settle in where you need to be able to thrive and focus. Because this is it. And I'm telling you, removing off of social media right now is going to be a big win, a big thing. Isolation, especially when you're in a place where you really don't know you're going left or right, is confusing.
Right.
So just keep pressing to whoever it is, keep pushing. God has you covered. And balance, get balance. And if you need a goal, bestie, I am she. So message me, reach out to me. I would love to be of assistance, but success for everybody. I pray greatness, especially for you and your podcast. Thank you so much for your patience today, and again for having me. I can't wait to come back, you
Oh yeah,
know,
most definitely.
also to
Most
tune
definitely.
in as well. So I definitely pray that it continues to grow and increase for you as well.
Oh, most. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. Of course, you know, information across the screen. So go hit her up on Facebook, follow her on Facebook, get updates and all the great things that's going on in her life as well. With the conference coming up this year, so man, y'all support. Stay tuned in to greatness. Stay great. Be great on purpose. Go ahead.
I'm so sorry. Miss Doris will probably kill me if I
Nah, you good.
I partner with 3-in-1 Trinity Services. We are hosting a teen braiding class. It is free, free, free. All you have to do is bring your babies and register. It's for ages 10 through 17 years of age. And it is going to be September 6th in the DeSoto area. If you follow me on social media or you message me, I can provide you that information. But again, it is free for them to come. They're going to learn braid techniques, business skills. And so this is our second session. So
Okay.
super excited to be able to pour it back into the babies as well.
Hey, that's what it's all about. Pouring back in them, preparing them for greatness. That's what it's all about. So, ladies and gentlemen, we out this thing. I got to give a big shout out to CDD Williams. Hit this all the time. Remember the graveyard. Everybody had one thing in common. They thought they were gonna see tomorrow. Remember, let's live life like it's our last.
Right.
Don't put it on hold. Live life because we don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. And a lot of people in the graveyard right now, they always thought they had tomorrow and they didn't. So live life like it's your last. Be happy, be successful, be wise, be cheerful, and most important, you are winning at the end of the day. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself I'm winning. Tell yourself I'm seeding, and tell yourself I'm gonna ride with you till the wheels fall off. To then, signing off. You have a great night. Peace, everybody.
Good evening.